Preservation South Carolina. We're a statewide preservation organization who is tasked with the mission of preserving, protecting, and advocating for historic places. This is one of the first historic places we ever worked on. So what we have here from the outside, you can see the original core, and it's classic with the 2/2 and the shed room on the back that matches the porch on the front. And the log cabin core is that portion of the 1, 2, 3 windows and down. And from the front, in fact, when I first saw this place, riding by it in 2008, but I could see it then, the 3 windows on the second floor were different orientation than the other one. And I'm like, there's something special there, because you can, a house that's shaped like this in this neck of the woods usually means there's a log cabin in it. So that's what I was excited to see. Okay. A 1-story log cabin with a loft. Then it was put a full floor on top of it. And sometime around putting the front floor, we believe, is when they added a 1-story wing on the side. You know, like that shed room on the back? A shed room was built on the side. And we think corresponding to when they did that, and we believe all that happened was after they moved. Once it was a log cabin over there, they moved it here, and that's when they added the second floor and did this before leaving. Then they, at some point in the early 20th century, they added that second floor room right here, and because so it's here and this, and then they added in that little piece, and that's when we put the chimney 2-story log. When this place was sitting up here, the biggest thing I wanted to do in moving it was have all the reconstructed chimneys and everything to mimic as closely as possible what was already existing. So on this side, we measured the old chimney, and you can see the chimney has these black spots. It actually had a lot of iron in the brick, and we mimicked that as close as we could with new brick. But the stone at the bottom is exactly the same proportions of the stone that was at the bottom. Oh yeah, all this is reproduction. I had to rebuild all this stuff. I couldn't save it. There are photographs of it. And the piers, it was all on brick piers originally, except for up underneath, it had a lot of wooden logs that they used on it. But the building codes at the time wouldn't allow us just to use something like that, so we did that. The chimney on the other side reflects that one. Now that chimney, I determined, was put in the early 20th century, when that other side was put on over there. But they still use stone too, which is astonishing. We got houses in the Dutch Fork in Newberry County that the chimneys are built as if they were built in 1800, and I know for a fact they weren't built until 1910, just from the documentation. These old Dutch Forkers were traditional. They just built things the way they always built them.